I don't, but okay. Welcome to the podcast, everyone. We have a special guest. Our guest today is Jaylan Thompson. He goes to my college. Well, not really anymore because he's graduating in 2 days. He took a couple of classes with me. He did a combined degree in math and computer science. And are we going to talk about something special because he's here? No, not really. We're just going to do our normal podcast. We do have some ideas, but it's not going to be that big of a change. It's just him today and not Alexi. Alexi is busy or something.
Yeah, as per usual.
Yeah, as per usual.
Should I do the intro?
No. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe Alexi can do it, but he doesn't really seem to do any work to this. He talks a big game about how he edits so much, but then I listened to the most recent podcast that he put up, and he left in all this bullshit with you going screen sharing, trying to figure out your microphone and stuff. Yeah,
my brother's just not in the place to let it be super easy.
Yeah, I didn't start. I joined the start of a second podcast, normal stuff. Don't you guys even worry about it. It's a rock climbing podcast about a single rock climb. We've had 2 episodes, but it's my friend who's Rajiv. I think I've told you about him. Grace. I haven't told you about him, Jaylan. Anyway, we record in this, and he uses this thing called Distext. That may not be the name. And then he just brings the file that this app creates into Distext, and then he just edits the text. And he never listens to it. He just edits the text. And editing the text will edit the audio and the video.
Yeah,
and it says it's super quick.
But do you have to pay for it?
Super fast turnaround. We'll record, and then it'll be posted 45 minutes later. And I'm like, dude, I think we're supposed to bank that episode. And he was like, I know, I was just psyched.
Cool.
Is this free?
Riverside?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's free with a watermark. I think this will have a watermark on it.
I can live with that.
Yeah. So,
I
what we do for the other podcast, it's free, but I think the Distext he pays a little bit for.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, welcome to the podcast, everyone. How was you guys' week?
You go first.
No, you go first because I'm gonna go off.
Oh, it's gonna be a whole thing. I can tell this is gonna be a whole thing.
I just chilled out, After I got my my final grades, I was like, shoot, time to go back to sleep,
Yeah.
Because the last 2 classes I was taking was really difficult.
Yeah,
one more than the other one. And it was electronics lab and intro to data science.
Oh yeah. Electronics is
brutal,
known to be difficult everywhere.
Yep, the
just
hardest
takes
class.
a lot of time, right?
Yeah, the hardest class here at Randolph College. Yes, sir.
Oh, is it really?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I hated that class. I know I'm not supposed to say things like that, but I hated taking that class. I think I would be more into it now because I'm kind of into fiddling. I installed some electrical stuff in the camper yesterday, so it's kind of the same. But not really. I just completed a circuit.
Nice.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah. So it's been just chill out time for the dead week or whatever between
pretty much,
that and graduation, sort of packing up.
Yeah, my parents took some of my stuff last week. I just got the bare necessities right now.
Nice.
AKA,
when are you planning on fully moving out?
Sunday.
Yeah, you're required to move out on that day, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah, so graduation is on Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And moving day is on Sunday.
Yeah, all at once.
All at once.
Very eventful, very eventful. And do you have any plans? I know that's a very
aggressive
common
question.
You probably so apologies, but
oh, no,
if you
fine.
have no plans, chill. But
I hope to go to grad school for a PhD in computer science.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you on that track? You got
I mean, letters are in. I mean, letters have been requested, but
yeah. It's gonna be.
So it's just the waiting period.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Nice, nice.
Yeah,
do you know when you find out about that?
No, I do not.
Oh yeah.
I even talked to the head of the department over there at VCU, so he's really cool.
Well, that's good.
He
Yeah,
responds like super quickly. I'm like, yes, this is what I need.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, some people do that.
And yeah, and it's really cool because I'm one of the first computer science graduates here at the college. So
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, we just started the program, and this is our first year of having people graduate, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
me and Sorrel.
Usually they all fail.
Oh my god.
No.
No.
No, I know. That's just the way it sounded. It's the first time somebody's actually graduating from this course.
No, this is the first year that it's been possible.
Yeah. That's what I gathered.
How brutal would it have been? Yeah, we've had this program for like a dozen years, right? Like 10 people try to graduate every year, but they just fail.
They just fail. Back to the drawing board.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
That would be really bad. That'd be really bad.
Yeah.
So, anything this summer?
I just want to chill. Because considering the fact I didn't get a chance to relax all that much last summer because I had an internship, I just kind of want to chill for 3 months, you know?
Yeah, you know, if you can do it, I think that's really great. I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff.
100.
I know that like so many, you know, being overworked and like grinding is, you know, looked at positively now, but I think it's lame.
It kind of is. Electronics lab really burnt me out, like really badly. I think the latest I
I think
spent down there.
you gotta have some downtime.
I think the latest I spent down there was like 3 a.m.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's really crazy because like the walk back from Martin, there's just like there was like a bunch of deer like everywhere. Yeah.
amazing. Are there deer type animals in Ireland?
I think, but I can't be sure.
Okay.
I don't like, because this is, since I'm like always usually in the city
Yeah.
area, I don't.
Are you in Ireland
Not
right
really
now?
roaming around. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. Give
Yeah.
Jaylan some background on your situation.
Oh yeah. Which situation?
Ooh.
Yeah. So I go to school in Belfast in Northern Ireland, which is, I don't know if you know this. A lot of Americans don't. I didn't really until I started looking at schools overseas. But people think of Ireland as like one, like the island of Ireland as like one whole. But Northern Ireland is actually part of the UK and Ireland is part of the EU. So I'm in Northern Ireland. So technically, like, well, I don't want to say technically because like that's very like controversial. But I'm in Northern Ireland and I study at Queen's University Belfast, second year out of 3 studying philosophy and politics. So I finished all my final assignments. Well, when I say that, I have to edit and revise, but that's due in August. So we're chilling for now. But yeah, so that's me. That's me. I'm here right now. I leave on the 7th of June, and I'll be back home for 2 months, and I'll be working at a summer camp. And then I'll be back here, working, podcasting, playing lacrosse.
Nice.
And studying, most importantly.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be doing that.
Yeah.
Well, our school has a study abroad program with Queen's University. Do you know anyone that's gone, Jaylan?
No, I do not.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
No,
fair.
I think you do. I think Wade.
I don't talk to Wade.
Yeah, but you know him.
That's not my friend. bro.
I know of Wade.
Yeah,
I never been like, hey man, I'm Jay.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's,
man.
that's because you guys' overlap occurred during the pandemic, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you were hardly you were hardly available to be in classes together before the pandemic. So yeah. Anyway, he went to Northern Ireland. We have a thing there. I don't know anyone that's gone since him though.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a friend, not that this really means anything. I have a friend studying computer science here. He hates it.
I love
I don't know
it.
if that's just him. Yeah, I think he loves it, but like he hates like the kind of the assessment structure here, because it's like last assignment or last is like really hard. There's like 3 questions, but they all have like 50 parts. And like the program, he was trying to explain it to me, but again, I don't really have foundation to understand what he's talking about. But he was basically saying in one of his final projects, there's this like software thing that you enter the code through, but it only works 50% of the time. So you could have correct code, but because the system is so on and off, sometimes it'll be labeled as correct and sometimes it won't be. So you can have the correct like coding, but then it's not going to consistently work over time. And so it's hard to tell if you actually have it right or wrong when you're changing stuff around. So yeah, he was like freaking out and I was like, that sounds terrible. That sounds terrible. Also, that shouldn't exist. Why is that even like like the software that you're basing your project on? Why is it only working 50% of the time? That seems like hella stressful.
That sounds really weird.
Yeah, that does sound weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds so interesting.
It must be like some sort of assessment software that they have to run their code through.
Yeah, I guess.
See, that's when you just keep running your code until it says correct, and that's when you take a screenshot.
Yeah. Easy solve.
Yeah, modern problems, modern solutions.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that a modern solution? Just like keep trying until it works.
Well, the screenshot part is definitely modern.
Yeah, good.
Unless you have photographic memory.
No. So like, because for electronics,
screenshot stuff with your mind.
For electronics lab, I got my final project to work. So because I made a doorbell, so I took a video.
Oh, nice!
I took a video of it working, and after I got the video, I was like, okay, let's try to do something so it makes it more permanent, so it works every time. That did not end up working at all. I could not.
And then it broke it.
Yeah, I could not replicate it at all. But I was glad I took a video when I did.
Yeah.
I was gonna have a mental breakdown.
Yeah, I do that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, it's a bit different, but whenever I'm doing like research type stuff in Mathematica, I'll have a calculation working, but then I want to try something new, and I'll like make a copy of that document and try something new just in case if I break it, like I have the old version. Mm-hmm. And so I'll have like blah 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 version 1 through 50 or something.
Yeah, I'll do that with my essays. Trying to relate here, guys. Like,
well done.
I can't stand Mathematica.
Yeah. So what was your week like, G-Race?
Eventful.
G-Race.
Eventful. Not all of it I can really talk about.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it makes a really good story when you talk about how something's really eventful, but you can't talk about it. People love that.
Yeah, so, well, just to keep it, been having some issues with my intimate relations, been having some issues with personal, friendly relations, been having some issues in occupational relations, and internal relations.
That's like almost all of the relations.
Yeah.
Almost all of them, besides academic, which I'm just putting off for because I have to finish this last essay before I go home. Or my mom's like, I'm not picking you up from the airport, which she would still, but fair enough. Like, I should get it done, right? Mm-hmm. But on a happier note, I had my first, so I'm working at the summer camp that I've worked at for the past, this will be my 3rd summer with them. And every year your pay will go up by $1. So I started at 16 an hour, and then next year went up to 17. And so this year it'd be at 18. And I just felt, because I knew what the other counselors were making last year, but I've never been in a position where I'd like asked for a raise. And I also just like kind of insecure about, like, I know I do good work and whatever I'm doing, but like, I just never felt comfortable like asking. So, but I did feel like last summer, I totally should have been being paid more. Like, people were making $5, $10 more than I was. And we were doing the same exact job. If not, I was doing more, but I just kind of kept quiet because I was like, I just don't really know how to approach this conversation. And yeah, so, but I decided, because if I was going to be working with my mom, or not with my mom, but like at the union, I would have also gotten a raise, but that work wouldn't have been consistent. So my mom didn't want me to depend on like having that job, which was totally fair because sometimes they need me, sometimes they don't. And if I'm going back home to work so that I have spending money this year, then I just want like a steadier job. So I'm going back to the summer camp. So I emailed the woman at the camp, and it was the first time I've ever like asked for asked for a raise. And I just asked if I could get it bumped up to 20. Because I was like, I really enjoy working at the camp. I always feel appreciated. I never feel like, but my pay is the only aspect that makes me feel a little bit like, give me a little bit more money for the work that I'm doing. And she responded, and she was happy to do so. She talked to like the upper management. They're like happy to do it. And she wants me to be a head counselor this year. And so like, yeah, and to make sure everything's on schedule and all that. And I'm like, yes, leadership positions. Woo! So I'm really excited about that. That was a good piece of news that I'm really happy for. Yay!
That's right.
Good job. So
Yeah.
maybe like tell us a little bit about this camp.
So it's on Roosevelt Island. It's at the Rocket Club.
Bougie. Where is that?
Roosevelt Island.
Yeah.
So there's.
Pardon my lack of knowledge of geography.
It's okay.
Yeah, me either.
It's okay.
Grace's mom,
Yeah.
who comments on that kind of stuff.
Woohoo! She's been to like all 50 states, so like obviously she knows like where everything is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so you have Manhattan, right? Can you picture New York City from what you are aware? You have Manhattan, you have the Bronx. Then it goes into Queens, and then you have Brooklyn, Staten Island, but we don't care, so that's over there. There's a river that
Shout
goes...
out
so there's
to
the
people who
Hudson.
live in Staten Island.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's just not relevant for this
Grace
conversation.
doesn't care about you.
Well, it's just not relevant right now, okay? No hate. So there's the Hudson River that goes along the west side of Manhattan, but then obviously Manhattan's an island, so there's the East River that goes around the east side of Manhattan. In the East River, I think it's between like, if it were like in comparison, it probably goes from like 87th Street to like 54th or something like that. It's like that length of an island in the East River.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can take.
So this is essentially in New York City.
It is in New York City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a part of New York City.
So you stay at home, and you get there on the train.
Yeah.
Okay, this isn't a place that you like live at.
No.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what a lot of people think. A lot of people think I'm doing like a sleepaway camp or something. No, it's like from my dad's. Well, when my dad used to live, it was like an hour and a half on the train. But there's only one train that stops on the island, and it's not a train line that's like very easily accessible to me. So I have to like transfer whatever going downtown and then transfer and go uptown and whatever, because that train will go into Queens. And when I would drive there, I would drive from the Heights into the Bronx and then into Queens.
Oh, you would drive there sometimes?
Yeah, when my dad, especially, last summer, because my dad was laid off, so he didn't need the car, and it cut my commute by like an hour.
Was it brutal to like drive in New York City though?
I don't know, I'm just used to it. Like, that's where I got my license.
Oh.
And it was just like, yeah, like when me and my dad would practice driving.
What a life you've lived.
Yeah.
Experiences. So yeah. And then you can also take the tram, which is like, like a ski lift from 60th.
Oh, like a gondola?
Yeah, like a gondola. Or maybe it's 69th. Maybe it's, I don't know. Yeah, like a little gondola over the...
Details don't matter.
Yeah, details don't matter. And the tram will drop you right off next to the Rocket Club.
That's very cool.
Yeah. And it's like in a big tennis bubble, and then we'll go outside and stuff. And one of the girls that I met last year she's working there again, so I'm really happy because like I'll have a friend, I was a little nervous because last summer everyone said they weren't working, and I even said that too. But then when I realized I'm gonna have to work there again, I was happy when she texted me. She was like, "Oh, you're working at the summer camp, me too." And I was like, "Yes." So I'll have a friend there.
Maybe we can have her on the podcast.
Oh yeah. She studies at Syracuse. I think she does like biochem or something.
Done.
Yeah. So yeah, that's me.
Shout out to Grace's summer friend.
Yeah.
Eva, hi Eva. She's probably not listening. I don't really tell my friends about this.
Probably not.
Yeah, I have a couple of them. But actually, funny story. I was out kind of bar hopping the other day, and get to this place, Bootleggers.
Yeah, which you can
here
do in
Belfast.
Ireland if you're under 21.
Very true. Because the drinking age is 18. Yeah. So me and my friend were popping around to different bars and stuff, and we go to Bootleggers, and the food is amazing. If you're ever in Belfast, go to the tacos, and they have Michael, they have the best vegan taco.
The best ranked.
Oh, it's so good. 10 out of 10. 15 out of 10. It is so good.
Okay.
So good. Amazing taco. And they have really good like deep fried halloumi.
I don't know what that is.
But
I
that's
don't
not
know what
vegan.
that is
It's
either.
a cheese.
Oh, okay.
It's a cheese.
Okay.
Oh, but you're vegan.
You know,
so
your
you can't
bougie
have it.
life over there.
You know,
we're
I'm
just like
spending money I don't have.
We're simpletons that live in the southern United States, Jaylan and I.
Sorry, I don't mean to make you guys feel uncultured or anything. But anyway, so I was there, and we're going in, and I see one of my friends, and he's actually seeing that girl Molly, who was on the first couple episodes, remember?
Oh, yeah. I remember her. She
Yeah.
studies film.
She studies film,
She's
exactly.
from Dublin.
That's so cool.
No, Galway.
She's from Galway.
Galway, yeah.
Yeah, she's from Galway.
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 I know a guy from Galway.
There you go. You know a girl from Galway as well.
Yep.
Yeah. So he was sitting outside, and he was like, so we were just chatting. I haven't seen him in a long time. And he was like, oh, so how's the podcast going? And immediately I was like, how the fuck does he know about the podcast? I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I was like, who told you? And then he reminded me that, oh yeah, he listened to the episode that Molly was on. He was like, she did such a great job. Oh my God, I'm so proud of her. I was like, oh, so, and then they said they'd listened to a couple other ones, like the beginning ones.
Oh, yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, okay, didn't see our best work.
Yeah,
You
we've
did not
gotten
see our
better.
best work. We've gotten better.
Yeah,
And he
comment
was
if
like,
you think
okay.
we've gotten better.
Yeah. And so he was like, okay, I'll give the newer ones a look and stuff.
Yeah, especially
like,
the
yeah,
last
but,
one, where you guys get reamed in the comments.
What?
Yeah. Yep.
The last one?
Yep. The ghost one?
Oh, we do. Oh, did your math friends were like,
Oh, yeah. You got reamed.
oh my God, I'm going to the comments right now. I did not.
Yeah.
No.
Jaylan has a podcast. You should have me on, dude.
We'll try to start recording over the summer.
Yeah.
You want to see the
Tell everyone about it.
Whatever it is.
Ooh.
my friends and I, Terrell, Carson, and CJ, we started a podcast because we realized like when we play video games together, we talk about like, the same like nonsense, and we're like, you know what? This was like August of 2020. Like
Oh, we didn't get reamed.
like the start of like online classes. So we all realized we spent so much time on the computer and always talking. I was like, let me try to figure out how to start a podcast for us guys. And I ended up cracking the code. So it's a video game tech and pulp culture podcast where we talk about the latest news in video games, movies, comics, all the other stuff. And I figured out how to put it on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and all the other cool stuff.
Yeah. How do you do it through Anchor? That's how we do ours.
Yeah, so I do it through Anchor, and we record using Discord. So I put everyone in the Discord call, and I use a Discord bot called Craig. And
I've heard about podcasts being done on Discord.
yeah, it's like super easy, and like when we use the Craig bot, it automatically starts recording. So what we do is we just sit there and talk. Once the podcast is over, we just end the audio recording. And then it gives me an audio file of everyone's audio. And I put that in GarageBand, and I just put it all stacked together with a fade in and a fade out, always.
Okay. And then
Nice.
how much do you edit? Or do you just like
So I only
let
edit,
it rip?
I just edit the YouTube portion.
Okay.
So like Spotify is like the Spotify versions are like edit free, while like the YouTube ones are edited heavily of profanity because my friends.
Well, you know.
Oh,
Grace
shit
has that
happens.
problem too.
yes.
I do.
So I made this. I made the logo on Procreate.
Yeah. It's a good logo.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I made it on.
You see, I like the circle because when we were looking at
Oh, my
different
goodness.
options for R. What?
No, keep going. This has been on the list for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it has. When we were doing like picking our art, which took forever to figure out.
Yeah.
one
That's
of the
because you guys are
options-
so slow.
We're living lives, Michael. Anyway.
Yeah, Mikey.
Anyway, one of them had like this half circle, and I felt like it was so good because it like the way it was written, it had like the pen in most of the blue, which was perfect because it's like Michael sort of, this is like starting from Michael's sprout, you know? And then
Yeah.
the Pavloffs was a little bit outside of the blue, and it just like, oh, and it looks so good. And I love the circle. I just felt like it was very like pleasing. And so I appreciate that whole circle instead of the half one. Very nice.
Yep, drew it on
Right.
Procreate.
Yeah. What's
Oh, that's nice too.
Yeah, I made this one. I
Nice.
used the different colors representing the different platforms it could be listened to.
what's? Oh, I know how we can do this. Let's look through some of these and discuss. This will be fun.
And
Won't
this-
this be? So, starting with the first one. What do you guys think about this first one? We
starting
didn't go
with
with
the
this
first one. Let's see. Yes.
Okay, so number one.
number one. Okay.
Yeah, so number one is like mostly blue with a yellow square in the top left.
I'm biased because blue and
Yeah.
yellow are my favorite colors, so I really can't say much.
But you like
It's
that one?
something
Yeah, I
about
do.
this salmon color that I just don't, that just doesn't sit well with me.
Doesn't sit
Okay,
well.
don't like the salmon color.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then in the top right side, the white, I don't know, it kind of looks like a flag. I don't know, just not a vibe. The next one I like better. The one with the not blue background, not a vibe. The next one with the black background, I like better. The first one kind of looks like a doctor's office. It's giving me doctor's office vibes.
The first
You know?
one's giving you doctor's office vibes.
I think number 4 gives
Yeah,
me
with the
doctor's
blue in
office
the background.
vibes.
Okay, so let's move on to the second one. So
Okay,
the
so
second
go
one
on.
is like a huge
black.
white background, but then it looks kind of the same, but it's black
Did you-
with the Penn and the Pavlovs.
Did you make these in Procreate?
Yeah, I like that one.
No, we paid someone to do this.
You got an iPad
No,
and an
Michael
Apple
paid
Pencil,
somebody.
man. You could Procreate this.
Yeah, but we didn't have the inspiration.
Yeah, I also
So-
don't have my Apple Pencil with me.
So what?
Never go anywhere without
This
it.
do you still not like the salmon on this one?
It's a little more bearable.
Okay.
Just don't the color scheme. I like the sage is nice, but then yeah, it's just the color scheme. It's just not.
Okay.
I remember, Jaylan, I think you'll find this interesting, right? So you had said that you chose the colors for that second one you showed us by like all the platforms that you can upload to or
Yeah.
whatever, right? Like there was like an intent behind it. I remember talking to Alec and Michael about this.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
For
There was
reference,
like
yeah.
some intention behind what you chose and how you chose that
Mm-hmm.
for the like what the podcast content's going to be about, right? I remember when I said to Michael and Alec, I was like, we should have like some symbol. I think this was my argument for the one we'll see later, like have some symbolism behind it. And they were all like, oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, we should totally make it like kind of represent like, yeah, like what we talk about. It's like, guys, duh.
And then we
Like,
didn't
I
do it
didn't
at all.
say anything. And then we didn't do it at all. Like totally disregarded my argument for one of the other ones, which we'll see later. This is one, the second one, this next one. Go to the third one.
This one that's like
Image
a blue
3?
circle.
Yeah, this was the one that I liked the most.
So the Penn and the Pavlovs with a big blue circle that's sort of fading in.
Yeah. Because
Is that-
that's the pen.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, I
And
like
then
that one.
the two little dots are like
Jaylan?
it just felt like the most symbolized. Dylan,
Okay,
what do you
what
think?
about the fourth?
He's gonna say he hates it. Wait. You don't like it. I want to hear Jaylen's opinion.
Yeah, I do too.
I like
but
the
he didn't
fourth
say
one a lot more.
What's the fourth one?
Let me see the fourth one.
Is it like the red
Oh,
circle?
the one with the...
with the red and blue. I like that a lot.
Yeah. It doesn't have three
I
things,
would like
though.
this
I think
one.
Grace liked the three
Yeah.
things.
I think if this one had a 3 thing, it would work.
What about
what the
the
fuck is
fifth?
up with those 2 dots?
The fifth.
The fifth is okay, but like,
Whoa!
I feel like that...
I like that one the most.
Yeah, but what's up with those 3 half circles on top of
Yeah,
each other? What,
dude.
like, if somebody were to ask, how did you choose it? How did we?
You needed to fill in some space.
Yeah, but that's not... That's not...
It's not cool enough.
I don't want my name to be attached to that. You know?
I like this one too.
But I
though.
do like this one. I like it too. It's just, what is the rationale behind it?
Yeah. Okay, next. Okay,
next
so
one
this is
feels a
getting
little
close
like-
to what we ended up with.
Feels a little childish. And there's Pac-Man on it too, which I just think is...
Oh yeah, we did get rid of Pac-Man, didn't we?
Yeah.
Why did you have
Yeah.
Pac-Man?
What, Jaylen? What do you think? I mean, there's a
Oh,
lot
why'd you
going
have
on.
Pac-Man?
Well, we
Yeah,
didn't.
it kinda is.
The
Yeah, I
artist
don't
did
know.
that. She gave us a lot of possibilities.
Just throws me off.
Pretty
Okay,
abstract,
next.
I would say.
Throws me off.
Okay, next is sort of the same thing.
Still with the Pac-Man.
Next. Okay, so
Not
this one
happening.
is very close to what we did.
Isn't this what we have?
I think this is what we have, yeah.
Yeah, it's very close to what we did. I think it's exactly what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next one is cool, but what's up with this color scheme?
Wait, what are we looking at?
The one after the one that we picked.
Jaylen, what do you think
Talk
about
about
the
number
one that we
8.
picked?
I don't know what's up with all that like empty space, like, and like the upper left region. Sorry, not the upper left, but you know what I mean.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's that
okay.
open spot that you don't like?
Yeah, I don't like the open spot.
Okay. Okay, next.
I second that.
I kinda-
This makes me hate the color scheme even more.
Really?
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
I like the design, but I don't like the color scheme.
Whoa, I like that a lot.
I do too.
I like the design and the color scheme. It just like
I do
it like
too.
pops.
Yeah. Like these cubes. Yeah. Okay, next.
I mean, the design phase of any logo just takes a really long time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
went
like,
through.
so my friend, Rajiv, they paid like $30,000 for their logo or something.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, what about this next one?
Number.
I don't like it.
Number
No,
10?
I don't either. This is the weakest of them
Yeah,
so
number
far.
10.
So the grid in the bottom.
No me gusta number 10.
Yeah. Okay, 11.
No me gusta
No
numero
me gusta
10.
number 11. It feels like we're going to be talking about spiritual ghosts and witchcraft. That's what I'm
and
getting
I
from
will
this.
not let that fly. then.
And
Into
you
the
will
Twilight
not
Zone.
let that fly. Into the
Into
toilet.
the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, not a fan.
Okay, 12, I'm not a fan of either.
12, I'm actually okay with. 12, I like the blue in the background.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This, I tolerate the blue in the
yeah,
background.
yeah. I don't like the other. Yeah, I don't
Okay,
like 12.
so like number 12 reminds me of this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of. Okay, what about 13?
I like it way less than
12?
the blue background.
Okay. 14.
I don't like number 13.
I like that.
14's kind of dope.
Number
I just don't like the color scheme.
You don't like that salmon color.
again, number 4.
I really don't like that symbol. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's very similar to that. Okay, what about 15? No. Oh, no. Oh, no.
No. Oh,
This
no.
this looks like a jewelry store.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
good. All right, what about the next one?
16?
16.
Boo. That salmon irks me.
Yo.
Okay,
number 16.
So
was
separate
sick.
out from the salmon. I mean,
It's really hard to do
the
that.
circles are kind of nice. Yeah, it's not strong though. I don't like. What about
17?
What about 18? The one with the typo.
Wait, the 17 one, they spelled your name
Oh
wrong.
yeah. The Pan and the
Yeah,
Pavloffs.
it's about also.
What do you guys think about that?
No, and
That
also
looks-
18
that
looks
looks
even
ugly.
more like that Summerfest thing.
Does it?
18 looks even more like that Summerfest
18?
thing, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
18's bad.
It's like that
It loo-
Summerfest
it looks-
thing
looks
with the star.
Yeah.
Think that part of the reason why we sort of just like, because we were in a rush to get album art
Yeah.
or cover art. And so I think that's why out of all of the options, because we couldn't really be sure about like that blue one, I think you guys decided against that blue one, that with the 2 circles and the big one. I really like that one. I would have been fine with that one. But we just went ahead and chose it because we had to choose something. But again, I really feel like what is in the future with us is a
Oh yeah, we definitely.
doing
Yeah, we
of
need
the-
to read.
I feel like, especially considering that none of us did it, which is completely because like people are paid to do this. But again, like they don't know us, and
Yeah.
that's like part of the error that's going to be in the creativity aspect, is that they're not really
Mm-hmm.
in tune with what we're going to be talking about, or we didn't even know what we were going to be talking about and all that, and like who we are to each other.
And now it's
everything. And I
very
think
clear
this-
what we talk about all the time.
Yeah. Everything.
Exactly.
Everything. So there kind of needs to be, I really think what we're missing is some like key symbolization and like metaphor of what we are.
Yeah. I feel like
You know what I'm saying?
maybe when I get back from my
Yeah, of
climbing trip,
course.
we'll brainstorm
Ooh,
new art.
I'm brainstorming.
You're brainstorming.
Again, Procreate is my goat.
Yeah, no, I use Procreate a lot for thumbnails and stuff. I make animations in Procreate for videos.
You need
I'm
to
all
hop on
about
that
it.
Manum bandwagon.
Phew,
No.
it's too much.
Never mind.
What are you doing, Grace?
Wait, bear with me.
Okay.
Bear with me.
Where's the dog
You
barking?
gotta hop on that Manum bandwagon, Donkey.
Yeah, I know.
You know, as I'm doing this, it kind of looks like a uterus.
Well, we all came from that.
But there, imagine right here, just like with that blue one we were looking at before.
Okay.
This is like Michael, right? And it's your name is half in, half out of this. Again, this is very rough. So there'd be that half circle up here, and then there'd be 2 other kind of trying to counteract that.
Oh, sure.
And then one of them is me, one of them is Alec, and we choose kind of colors that obviously complement each other, but that more so symbolize who we are as people. And then within them, so Michael, you can have like little, like maybe it's like a line or something of like different mathematical shapes.
Yeah.
Or like your favorite equation or something. And then in my
Yeah, like
quadrant,
subtle,
I'll do like
sort of like something like
and very ambiguous.
where it's around the same color as the circle itself, so it blends.
Yeah.
You can see it, but it blends in.
Or maybe it creates like a shading or something.
Like it's
but
black on black
whatever-
or blue on blue or red on red. It's like
Yeah. And me, Alec, and you each choose something that will directly tie to kind of like something that's relevant to us in this conversation. And Alec is probably going to be like sports.
yeah. Maybe he'll even
or, like,
just have a sports ball.
photography. Exactly. Or like a whole bunch of different athletic balls or something in one thing. And then for
I don't
me,
mean
I'll
to
have
bring
to
this back
figure
to
out whatever I'm
sports,
going to
but
do. I don't mean to bring this back to sports, but then I think that would be good. Comment if you like my idea.
yeah, I like your idea. What, Jaylan?
But I
What do
think
you
that'd
think?
be good.
I think that sounds terrific. You know, just expanding out. You know, versus like
I like,
our
I like it that
podcast,
it's got
you
the
know,
3 of us,
only
and then
video
it
games
has our
type pop
unique
culture.
things. We got to up our thumbnail game too.
Yeah.
We got to all get in the same place at
Nice.
some point so we can take some photos together. All right, you have a hard out at 12:15, so maybe we should be wrapping things up.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do we want to do? Do we want to like do a thing that we usually do?
Yeah, like
Do we sing a song?
recommendations?
Yeah.
Yes, and a 1 and a 2 and a 1,
Michael
2,
Penn
3.
and the Pavloffs.
Yeah, so
Michael Penn and the Pavloffs.
That's our new intro song, Michael. We have our new intro song.
yeah, no, it's better than what we have.
Yeah. Ba-da-ba-ba.
Yeah, anyway. Okay, so do we have media recommendations?
Yes.
So what are they? I don't have one ready. You know, we haven't done it in a long time.
Neither do I. Neither do I.
So Jaylan, sometimes at the end we give a media recommendation. You got a media recommendation? Can be anything.
Are you talking about like? Are you talking about when you recommend your music to us during class?
Yeah, it's exactly like that. And then you don't listen to it.
He recommends music.
Really good. And like when I recommended it on YouTube, everyone was like, "Geez, you have good taste." And I was like, "Yeah, I know I do. My students think I'm dumb."
Yeah, and I took the picture.
Yeah. Okay, Grace.
Jaylan, what is it like having Michael
This is good. Yeah.
What is it like having Michael as a teacher? Like, be completely honest.
Yeah.
He will be okay.
Pretend I'm not here.
I always talk about Michael Penn as one of the great math professors here on campus. Like because we only have 3, right? You know how like in high school where one teacher was like a little bit better than the other one. In each of their own like fields, I tend to like learn a lot more from Dr. Penn. I like Michael Penn a lot. Yeah.
Any times where you don't like Michael
Yeah.
Penn, that's
Grace
what I'm
is looking for negativity here.
Looking for negativity.
Jaylan's one of the most
Constructive
positive people that I've
criticism.
ever seen.
I mean, for me, it's all good experiences. Like from my other classmates, they can't vibe with the whole YouTube video thing. I feel like it's fantastic. You know, my classmates don't vibe with the idea of like his YouTube videos being instructed for class. I think it's great.
Interesting.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's because they don't.
Because like if you don't understand, just rewind the videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But then Michael's always open. From what I've gathered, it seems like if you have further questions, further clarifications, you can go.
Yeah. People don't take advantage of
And
that.
ask you.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, some of it is like people don't want to do work in class.
I think class time is the time to get the most work
Right.
done that you can.
I mean, people
Because you have all of your,
people get used to being like passive in class and just like watching the show in class, right? Instead of doing work in class.
Yeah, you'd help us with like 60 to 70% of our homework.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, you can have the. Yeah,
which means we have
that's
less
true.
to do.
Yeah. I think it's.
And I'm a busy guy.
Yeah, I mean everyone's
It
busy,
helps.
right? Okay, media
busy
recommendation.
guy.
Media recommendation?
Yeah.
Oh, let me see.
I'm going to say this. Not now. I know this is not going to be a topic of conversation on the podcast just because one member is not thoroughly interested in it. So it's just not going to be an interesting conversation to have it. But I will say the whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, I think it is definitely being taken as a public spectacle. And I totally understand because I see like the Daily Mail stuff and like the different bits and ends that have been posted about the trial. If you have the time, what I do instead of relying on information from those like articles or whatever, watch it for yourself. They say it's 8 hours online. I guarantee it is probably 3.5 to 4 hours total because of all the breaks that they go in and time that they have to get called up to the judge stand or whatever. Create your own opinion about it, a nuanced opinion. Don't pick sides, and watch the trial as it is published live. Create your own opinion about it. It's very interesting to see how the law system works and how then you'll get to see how it's being portrayed to the public and create your own opinion. I hope that makes sense. I'm kind of stumbling over my words, but I've enjoyed thoroughly watching it for myself, creating my own opinion. And again, it's not my business at all, but I couldn't find anything to watch on Netflix recently. So I was like, I'll watch one clip of this. And it's actually because you get to see things in context and the way they're happening, and you get your own understanding of it. And I think it's way more like better. That's all.
Okay.
That's my right. Watch the trial in whole.
Okay, I haven't watched it. I don't have an opinion on it.
Yeah.
Because I haven't kept up with any of it at all. I think that's a good point. You should either not have an opinion, or you should do your work to form a good opinion.
I got a movie recommendation.
Yeah.
It's called The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I really enjoyed that movie a lot.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
It's about a guy who's like it's really good. He's a daydreamer that looks out for who wants like a real life adventure. And I'm sharing so little so you could watch it. It's so good.
Yeah,
it has Ben Stiller in it.
Awesome.
It's on HBO Max.
So my recommendation can also be seen on HBO Max, and it is Raised by Wolves Season 2. So Raised by Wolves is like a science fiction show set in the future, the near future, but it's kind of an alternative history near future where the human race was like dominated by two factions. The Mithraic, so Mithraism was a religion around the year 500, and it was one of the largest religions in the Roman Empire.
Is this based on a true story?
No. So Mithraism was, but Mithraism was one of the largest in the, and you'll see why it's not based on a true story in just a second. It was one of the largest religions in the Roman Empire in the year 500, and then the first Roman emperor, which was a Christian, exterminated all the Mithraic. And so that's where it ended in our life, in our world. Mithraism died. But in this show, Mithraism became the dominant religion in the world. And the two factions were the Mithraic and the atheist. And they went to war, and they completely destroyed the earth. It was uninhabitable, but they both sent ships to this other planet. And
this is the part that isn't real.
And the whole story of the show, there are 2 seasons, is about kind of the life of these two factions on this other planet. And it's called Raised by Wolves because it starts with this group of kids who are raised by these 2 androids, one of which is has extremely violent coding built into her. Anyway, highly suggested. I think it's really cool.
That sounds pretty sick.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add that to my list real quick.
Yeah, you should. Is your monitor way up there, dude?
Secret Life of.
Okay, well, thanks for being on the podcast, Jaylan. Maybe we'll have you again. Maybe we should have a repeat guests every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll get to meet my amazing brother.
Yeah. Post in the comments what you guys thought about this episode, and join in the next time. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the flip-flop, which is a normal thing people say.